The psychedelics, which I would totally recommend to do for anyone. Just one time or two times.
Past the cutoff date, though.
Yeah, you want to be.
Well, no, there's another.
Is there another way?
Yeah. It's like when your kids grow up. When your kids grow up.
Drop acid and shout at them.
Then you and your wife get in a plane and go to Hawaii and go out there and eat a shit ton of mushrooms and watch a fucking volcano blow, dude. You know, it's like I can think of that. I can think of myself like being 70 years old and going, there's an active volcano off the coast of Burma. Secure the mushrooms, and then taking the trip to watch an active volcano while tripping. Because at that point, hopefully, I won't have that much baggage of normal life. It's all about the baggage you have. You know, that's why I think the 21st century is not a great time for psychedelics, because you're such a victim. You know, you're a prisoner of your own images in your head and what you think up, and now we're so bombarded with all this stuff. You know, the bad and the good.
I kind of agree with you. I had like a bum knee, and I started taking Percocet, which graduated to Roxy, and like my doctor I'd never been addicted to anything, so I didn't know. I knew it was addictive, but I was like, well, I never got addicted to anything else, so why would this be any different? But
Same with me, man.
You know what? So 5 years later, I got a bad habit and all this other shit. I started on Suboxone, like the opiate blocker, and I just ended that a couple of weeks ago. The first 2 weeks really sucked, but now it's totally fine.
The pills will take a whole chunk out of your life. It's like, what the hell?
Sure does. But I did ask myself the other day, I was like, am I going to go the rest of my life without ever taking drugs again? And I think the answer is probably no.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe not hard shit.
Like weed?
Whatever
Are you talking
happened.
about like weed or?
Weed, or like I always wanted to try Molly. Like Molly or ecstasy, you know?
Overrated.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I know it. Like,
you never know what you
your
get.
serotonin for like 3 days or something.
Last time I was in Vegas, a bunch of the people out of there, they all took Molly. I didn't take it because it doesn't seem like the thing. They seem to be having a great time. They seem to be having fun.
I took it.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're predisposed to depression, you're just constantly looking for something. Because
you absolutely are, and you have to be very careful, because if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Because now that I'm off the Suboxone,
You're so happy.
The anxiety all day, the energy, like I'm going to join a boxing club because I need to do something.
Well, I was just about to say, the answer to a balanced head has always been diet and exercise. It doesn't sound like fun. You get the right balance of diet and exercise. I mean, you don't have to kill yourself, and you'd be surprised on how much better you feel. It's just like, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, wasn't I feeling worse? It's like, what happened? And that's the way it is. It's just a balance.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as taking
all day wanting to punch shit, so I may as well just join the gym or something.
Punch shit?
Yeah, punch shit, people, my kid, whatever.
I wish I could do drugs like a champ.
What'd you say, Sage?
Yeah. I wish I could do drugs like a champ. It seems like so much fun. But, that stuff has always been bullshit. When was the last time, such a romanticized notion to have a life of drug taking and everything works out okay? There's no stories like that. There's not a story out there where somebody was like, yeah, I just partied my whole life and everything was cool. That's all train wrecks. It's a romanticized notion that people can get away with, like, be both smart, successful, happy, and love while on fucking drugs. No way. It never happens.
I always wondered that about meth. Like, who has ever read the meth success story? That's like, it totally fucking worked out for them. Like, there's not one meth success story, I don't think. Unless you're manufacturing it. So.
But I love the notion of it, because it's such a beloved notion that somebody can get away with doing drugs. I think it's like everyone wants to believe that somebody has some sort of shortcut to happiness. Like, I did it. Or it's like a big fuck you to the man. Like, yeah, fucking, hookers and blow. Fuck you, hookers and blow. Like, I did it. I found a way to, like, have women like me and do as much drugs. Hookers and blow.
I'll if you like hookers.
Dumb.
What else we got? Well, anything?
Yeah, that's about it, right?
Oh man, I don't want it to end. Dave, I love when you're on, man.
I love being on.
This
is like an audible LSD trip, maybe for some listeners who didn't get it. You never got a chance to. Maybe they're over the cutoff, 22. listen to this and hear.
Well, you know, can I go on record here saying I in no way endorsing taking LSD. I was like, for the love of God, don't get that in your head. Don't take it. It's emotional Russian roulette. No, acid, bad.
It reminds me. I'm thinking about retooling Polish Russian roulette. Remember, I was going to.
What's Polish Russian roulette?
It's a game I was coming up with.
You get a chance to insult somebody else.
Point the gun at the other guy.
We have commercials.
You have a question?
Yeah, we're sponsored, Dave.
Wait.
We're bona
You said
fide.
you've taken 2 drugs in your life.
Yeah.
What 2 drugs? I thought you've
Uh,
done anything.
I smoked a joint when I was in high school, obviously, and there was on my graduation night, somebody, one of my friends said, "Here, this is had Coke," he said, and it was my graduation night, so I did it. But I felt absolutely nothing, though. Really?
Really?
Wow, good for you.
Christ.
Why, when you said
Whoa. Well, you got to count roofies.
So you never smoked a joint?
no, that's it. Weed. That's the only drug I've ever done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking about. I did it. So while I'm 18. And probably both at 18 years in. It's been since 18 since I have.
I can also say he's lying because I've personally done beer with him as well.
Oh, beer? I don't. I haven't.
Here's done, dude.
Yeah.
I did Coke once.
Alcohol's a drug. I mean, don't make any mistake. It's the same thing.
The cocaine was so good. It was literally the best feeling I've ever had in my life. It was so good that I was like,
if it's too good to be true, it means it's too good to be true.
I said, I'll never do it again. I
Yeah,
said,
you
this
know.
is too fucking good.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Yeah,
You realize
I
this
shut
is
it
not,
down.
this is, this
I'll
is
always have that
magic.
memory. It was a great night. It was like, this is fucking, oh my God. I can do anything at any
You
time.
can see why these guys
Yeah.
start drinking their own Kool-Aid. When you have a steady supply of that, and you could fit it into your party, and you have a bunch of like people who do it at the same time. The bigger you get and the more successful you get, the more you do it, because it's like we all do it. I mean, cocaine had its peak, and it's really back now. I mean, it's back. But at its peak in the 80s and stuff, all those Wall Street guys, they were all doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, I have the finest, and I am a god. Totally.
Crazy.
Have you ever felt like anything like that, like such euphoria?
No, it's sad to say, but it was one of the best feelings of my life.
That's why it's so popular.
But even in the middle of it, I was like, I can never do this again.
Like, 'cause you're smart.
I'll chase this dragon down the hole.
It's followed by mind-numbing
I must not have
depression.
done it then. It must not have been real because after I did it, I felt nothing. No
You did
difference.
shitty
I was
coke.
always waiting for like, well, when's this going to happen? What's going to happen? And then eventually nothing happened.
Like,
did-
just fucking.
you did shitty coke.
Fucking, like, baby laxatives. What the fuck does he know?
Yeah.
No, because I remember it was the 2 dudes I was with. Somebody bumped into him that was in the room, and he basically wanted to was freaking out because he said he thought he was going to drop it. So he must have thought it was real,
Right.
or else he wouldn't have reacted like he was a stark raving, frothing at the mouth. He was going to kill somebody because
He
he
might have been
almost.
coked out already.
Yeah. All right. MeUndies.
Oh, MeUndies. Dave, do you wear MeUndies? You must, right? You're a fucking rich rock
Is
star.
this the shill?
You only wear
Is
the
this part where you
finest
start shilling stuff?
underwear.
Yeah. Your underwear sponsor? You got proud of yourself?
We sell underpants.
Oh, wait a minute.
I wear what you wear. I got undies. They're good.
Actually, I'm wrong. It's not
I
MeUndies
wear
this
Well,
week.
it's not. What do you think? We're assholes? Of course it's
No,
not underwear.
I'm free balling right now, my friend.
That's what you do, huh?
I'm a free baller.
Does
Trunk
that mean
club.
that you have to wash
I wear tight jeans.
your
and that's-
jeans? You have to wash them more often because of that? Yeah.
I got a new pair of jeans for every day.
Skinny
Really?
jeans.
Oh, because I'll go like a week and a half, possibly 2 months without washing my jeans. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit that, but it works out just
Quinn obviously
I'm
did.
very clean. I'm very clean.
There's 2 types of guys out there. Let's see which type you are. Guys who love shopping for clothes but are short on time, and those who hate it either way.
I hate it either way.
Yeah,
Unless
you
it's
hate
like a leather jacket
And
or
we
something.
got something, Trunk Club. They're going to get your own personal stylist.
Yeah, you like to dress professionally, like a button-down Wall Street type.
And if you go to trunkclub.com/TESD, type in your measurements, share your likes and dislikes, You get your own personal stylist. They'll pick out your clothes from over 80 top brands and ship them right to your front door.
Can you imagine that, Dave? All these years, like an asshole, you've been dressing yourself. Now you can go to Trunk Club.
Sit here and listen to you guys fucking pour it out. Why don't you just give each other a fucking blowjob?
We gotta pay the bills, man.
We found that there's no monetary benefit to that. After we're done, just a horrible taste in our mouth.
Supply and demand.
This one's not nearly the horrible taste.
I gotta say, like seriously, this underwear thing you guys are onto, it's fucking awesome. And what's this trunk thing? Say that again.
It's a club, a virtual club where they send you clothes.
They send me. They'll make up their mind for me, and they
No. You tell them what you like. They're not making up your mind. Yeah, they're basing all their picks off of your life.
I'll surrender myself totally. Like,
you're gonna tell somebody like, "Hey,
skivvy me, bitch.
Here's what I like," and they're gonna be like, "Dave, don't give it another thought."
Yeah, I don't want to
mail in 2 days.
I don't want to give another. That's my whole thing. I don't want to give a thought. I'm done giving thoughts. I'll give it over to McUndies or whatever the hell.
Trunk Club.
Right.
You're gonna be walking down Broad Street with a fucking cane and top hat and your finery.
Feeling good.
Oh my God, you're gonna be the toast of the town.
What's the name again?
Get started today at trunkclub.com/TESD.
Don't forget to tell me you want a monocle.
I want a monocle. I have a monocle.
The last one
They need a theme song for that? Trunk Club.
Is FanDuel. FanDuel's back.
Okay, this you can get into, Dave.
Do you play any kind
like
of
gambling in sports?
Do you have any fantasy leagues you're involved in, Dave?
Bullshit low rent gambling in sports.
Say that again, Walt.
Do you dabble in any fantasy sports?
Fantasy sports. Of course I do.
Have you ever dreamed of coming in third to last place?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And, well, that's the big thing right now. You go on, you're actually managing your own team.
I know. It's fucking great. It's like being a real guy.
Imagine Dave opening a $10 fucking account.
Check it out. They gave me $5 free to bet with. Have you ever been a sports guy? Have you ever liked sports?
Sports are for suckers. Like the Army. The Army for suckers. Sports suckers. The opiate.
Why so? Why
sport
sports?
pigs, Army pigs.
Well, because
they're a diversion.
Oh God.
Obviously,
Guys who just want they're like scared of LSD. Maybe they're scared of rap. Maybe that's why they like hockey.
I tried to like. I tried to like the sports. I tried.
Fucking right.
What is this crap? You ever score a touchdown on LSD? I doubt it.
Who raps their way to a home run?
Although you got to give props for Doc Ellis.
Pitching a no-hitter on LSD?
No-hitter on acid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But, the sports thing is like, it's cool, I guess. But it's like, how many times can you watch these guys do the same thing?
A lot of times, evidently.
Every game is different. You don't know the outcome. It's not preordained. It's like every night history
maybe
can
I'm
be
gay.
made.
I don't know. I just missed it. Even as a kid, I was like, I like to play it, and then they beat me up, and I didn't like it, and I got beat up, and then I watched it, and it was cool. I got excited, but then it became like, tell me when it's good, and I would just watch the playoffs. And then I was like, well, tell me when it's better than that. And I would just watch like the Super Bowl or the championships. And then eventually it was like, well, what else is on? The Wizard of Oz is on. Click.
Well,
why aren't you watching the Super Bowl? Because I Covered the Waterfront is on Channel 9, and I just went away.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, then you have nothing invested if you're only watching the big games, right? Well,
yeah, no, I didn't sit it out. I didn't sit in the bullpen or in the seats or.
Somehow they got to tap into a fantasy league for dead actors and actresses.
I'm sure they will.
My pick is Marlon Brando this week.
But more importantly, can I make if I involved in this fantasy football league stuff, sports league, can I make money off this?
Actually, it's not really about making money. It's about having fun.
Fellowship.
It's about interacting, and it's about maybe possibly winning a Tell 'em Steve Dave patch.
Well, that's better than
I mean,
mine.
that's not a guarantee, but
It's not a guarantee.
Possibly, keyword.
But if you go